Greetings. Brian here, hanging in the Merkaba garden. Beautiful Sunday morning in June here in Sedona. Today, I want to talk a little bit about the pieces that go into making up these powerful tools for awakening. There they are. These are the components of a 16-inch SimplySacred Merkaba orb. And sitting there on the couch, separated like that, they really don't do much. But when you put them all together, there's a profound effect. So the first piece is the coil. This is the energy source for the SimplySacred Merkaba orb. Don't ask me how it is that this puts out energy, because I don't really understand it. But I know that if you're sensitive to energy, you can feel what's coming out of the ends of this thing, just like it was a little flashlight. It has male and female polarities to it. This is the male end, and this is the female end. And somehow or another, it always works out that if you look at this little weld here, where the thing is put together, you can see that one has kind of a phallic look to it, and that's the male end. This piece here is the orb, and these two go together. The coil goes inside the orb. And these two pieces taken together are something that the granddaddy of madmen who twists up sacred geometry stuff out of copper wire, Mr. Slim Sperling, calls a harmonizer. In fact, you can buy one from him today. It has a few details that are different about the construction, but the essential idea of a coil within an orb of this type of construction is the same. And what happens here is that the energy of the coil, the strong positive and negative male and female energy of the coil, is harmonized here in the orb. And then the orb radiates an integrated energy. Integrated. So this is a very important point, because this mirrors our individual tasks that we each have within our bodies of coming to clearly understand and love and accept our masculine and feminine polarities, and of integrating that energy within ourselves. I think this is a big reason why these tools are so helpful, is because they really generate integrated energy. It's not stuck, swung over to the male or the female side, like so many of us tend to be. So then that integrated energy, which is generated by these two pieces, is radiated out into this piece. This is the actual Merkaba, or star tetrahedron. The thing that's special about this piece is that this is the energy object which is created by the human body. If we've got our energy body running properly, then we have one of these surrounding us and spinning like crazy. And it is this object which provides a comfortable carrier for the soul to reside here in the material world. It is our vehicle for interdimensional and astral travel. And this is also the fundamental energetic object which exists at the foundations of our universe. When you get down to the smallest of the small, below the level of physical existence, then you have these things. These things are tools. Understanding these is a key to manifestation. If you can resonate like this, then you can put out a vibration and it will come back to you. And the last piece here is the Genesee crystal. And this piece also is an energy producer all by itself. Very simple to make. But what I see that this really does for the SimplySacred Merkaba orb is that this piece holds space in 3 dimensions in a very specific way. You've got this axis here, this plane here, holding that dimension open. You've got this circle here, it holds that dimension open. and then you got this one here, and it holds this dimension open. So basically this is saying, all right, universe, this is three-dimensional space. Can't be argued. Three-dimensional space. Anything that exists inside here is right in line with the way this world was designed. So, okay, here's your 3D space, and inside is the magic. Now, there's one other point that I want to cover while I'm touching on this subject of the pieces that make up these orbs and how they work together. And this is the reason why I can state that these things are based upon sacred geometry. There's a little trick at work here, which is that I have sized these pieces so that each one has a dimension to it which is reflected in the Fibonacci sequence and the sacred spiral. And I think maybe the core scope of this video is a little bit too small to really get in deeply to talking about those two things. But suffice it to say that there is an endless sequence of numbers which is reflective of the sacred spiral, the ongoing energy of expansion of consciousness and matter in the universe. And so, well, with respect to this piece, this coil is 0.89 inches across, more or less. And 89 is one of the numbers in the Fibonacci sequence, one of the definition points for the sacred spiral. This orb, you know, I don't remember exactly. I think it's 3.97, but it's also one of those numbers. The star tetrahedron is 9.87. 987 is another one of those numbers. And honestly, I don't try real hard to make it 9.87. It's just a little bit less than 10 inches. And then this is, I believe it's 1597, so 16 inches essentially is the size that I go for here. So with each one of these pieces sized right along that spiral at the coordinates of the spiral, what happens is that there is a love relationship in between the energy aspects of the different pieces. And the energy cascades from this coil to this orb to the star tetrahedron to the Genesee crystal in a way that's perfect and is reflective of the way energy has been designed by Source to move within this realm. You know, I really, this came to me, just came to me, the knowledge about how to make these things. I met a guy, he taught me some stuff, I started doing it, it evolved. And, you know, they're co-creation. I'm not really responsible, I'm really just kind of the fabrication crew for them. And so, you know, I can tell you that these things will change your life. You get one of these and hang it in your space, pay it daily attention, and I guarantee, in fact I offer a money-back guarantee on this point, that within a year your life will shift in ways that are marvelous and sublime and wonderful to behold. And you'll be able to trace it, or at least a good solid part of it, back to the time you spend with your Simply Sacred Merkaba orb. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions, please use the contact form on this website. Thanks. Much love. Ciao.